Right, it's time to talk politics. And now, Governor Fubara has returned to resume his official duties after 6-month suspension. Upon arrival at the Port Harcourt International Airport, he was received by a crowd of supporters excited to see him. We have details in this report.
Governor Fubara arrived alongside his wife, First Lady Valerie Fubara. He took time to greet and exchange pleasantries with political associates and supporters. Security personnel struggled to control the crowd that had been waiting for hours, eager to catch a glimpse of the governor. From the airport, he headed straight to the government house. Governor Fubara expressed his gratitude to the people for standing by him throughout the 6 months of emergency rule.
That reception really humbled me. It showed love, confidence, and solidarity. I want to say that it is not just the celebration, the massive reception by the number of people who came out to celebrate, but a display or reaffirmation of the bond between this government and the people that we are serving.
The governor returns with a promise to continue from where he stopped in the governance of Rivers State.
I want to assure you that we will, by the grace of God, continue to do those things that has made you people love us. I want to appreciate everyone and to say that we love you.
With Governor Fubara back in office and the lawmakers resuming legislative activities, democratic governance is fully restored with all 3 arms of government fully functional. Uche Okoro, TVC News, Port Harcourt.
Now, join us for this conversation is a former Special Advisor Protocol, Moha Local Government, Pryd, Glory-Emeh. He joins us via Zoom. We also have the APC Chairman in Edo State, Jarrett Tenebe. Many thanks for joining us, gentlemen, on the program this morning. Well, we've seen the restoration of democracy in Rivers State at the moment. The governor is back. What next do we expect in governance in Edo State, away from all forms of crisis? Let me start with you, Mr. Jarrett.
Well, first of all, I will thank Mr. President for his leadership, and also thank the FCT Minister for his leadership, the Progressive Governors Forum, Governor Hope Uzodimma, because the President, why I'm thanking the President is because there's supposed to be an extension of another 6 months, but because of the underplay that brought about peace now in Rivers, that is why you are seeing the governor resuming today. We must thank Mr. President and all the actors that made it possible for this to happen. My advice to the governor is he should hit the ground running immediately, not continuing from where he stopped. He should continue from where the administrator stopped, because there has been governance for the past 6 months while he was away. And he must make sure he brings the entire state together. And the only way you can achieve development in a state is when there is peace. And it is better to toe the line of peace than line of war, because if you toe war, there are a lot of things that happens. To we that were in the military, we understand what war is. You don't fight war. You ensure that you do everything possible to achieve peace, to be able to move forward. My advice to Fubara is to ensure that he hit the ground running and ensure that he brings everybody together so that he can develop the state. That is what we need at the moment.
All right.
And I will also advise him at this point that, as a matter of fact, he has seen the difference between his party, PDP, and APC. The doors are open and our arms are open to receive him.
Mr. Jarrett, just a moment. We'll get to that development. Let me bring in Pryd. You are on ground in Rivers State. You saw the emergency rule 6 months after that has been lifted. What do you make of that state of emergency declaration and also the restoration of democratic institution in Rivers State at the moment?
Well, it's my pleasure to be here. I said before that Rivers State is a very resilient state. And also the infrastructure of public administration in the state is democratic in nature. So the past 6 months has been sort of a very different style of governance, which Rivers people are not used to. But that being said, wise person once said, the past is in the past, that the future is all that is worth discussing, and the 6 months has come and gone, and to the glory of God, His Excellency has been reinstated to his office following the timeline of the declaration by Mr. President on March 18th. And that's right now, Rivers State is, as you can see from the reports that you put out, Rivers State is very excited to have him back, because every administration is like driving a car. Every driver is different. So when you switch drivers, the way the car moves, the direction it takes will also switch. And right now, Rivers State is very, very happy to have the driver whose mandate was given freely, to drive the process of administration of our dear state. So they are very, very happy to have His Excellency Governor Fubara back, and they are looking forward to his style of governance, which has earned him such high repute and favor with the electorate of the state.
Let me quickly get your reaction on the governor saying that the war is over. In his statement yesterday, that is the speech he gave to the residents of the state, he said, I quote, that the costless peace is cheaper than the cheapest war. That's coming from Governor Similarai Fubara of Rivers State. What do you make of this? Do you see an end to some of this crisis in the state?
Well, yes, there has to be an end, because everyone has seen already what came about from the crisis. And I said before that no one wants a prolonged war. And thankfully, from the intervention of Mr. President and also the pliability of both dramatis personae in the conflict to resolving their issues and shooting their swords, there's a newfound peace. There's a fresh air of unity in the state, which obviously His Excellency is going to, I believe, make good use of to promote the policies and programs that he has been putting forward for the benefit of the state. And I did say that if he had no distractions, then it would be time for him to focus his energies on these policies and programs. And there will be no distractions. He is the governor of the state. The assembly members are back to their offices and they are ready to make laws that will promote the good governance of the state. So they will work together for the interest of Rivers State, which is the key factor here. For both of them politically, the interest of Rivers State must come first. And luckily, it seems from the pictures and the speeches made by the persons involved that everyone is committed to this new peace and to the development and promotion of progress of the Rivers State.
Okay, let me bring in Mr. Jarrett Tenebe to this one. A lot of people have queried that accountability is key in this development in the state, talking about Rivers State, and the sole administration, that's the former sole administration, should come forward to give accounts of its stewardship. Also, the State House of Assembly has also join in ensuring that it should come forward to give account of all the spendings in the state. What do you make of this going forward?
The House of Assembly has the right to ask for accountability. And I'm also sure the administrator that just left also would know that, yes, he has to account. Because when you have a government like this in place, it is like a military government, no House of Assembly, no checks and balances and whatever. So, but I think after it's been called off, I think it should actually come forward to bring up all of those things. But I don't think there might have been any wrong doings within that few months that he was there. He should come forward. I think the House of Assembly is right to ask. They are bound to ask questions at the end of the day.
Well, there's no wrongdoings. That's maybe debatable. Are you speaking because you are partially in support of what transpired in the state? Because at the moment, in the local government, APC has about 20 seats. Is that why you're saying that?
Yes. You see, APC is a party that is preferring leadership in the country today. And APC is a party that believes in the rule of law. And APC, because of the popularity of APC in the country, because of the leadership of the president, our president, you discover that many states, many governors, many senators, House of Rep members, Assembly members are joining the APC. The reason why we have that drove into the APC is because of the work the president is doing and what our various governors, APC governors, are doing in the country. And when I started just now, I said we must thank the president for providing leadership when we needed it most, and also to the Senate president for his leadership. Then I singled out the Progressive Governors Forum chairman, Hope Uzodinma, who I know has been going around to ensure that there is settlement. So it is because of the leadership the president is providing to the country is the reason why you discover that in the last local government elections in Rivers State, APC came victorious. My colleague, the chairman of APC in Rivers State, has been working very hard. He's been doing a lot. He campaigned, and I think they merited winning that election. Like today, we also have by-elections in Edo State, and everybody is keen into the party right now. And don't forget, in Edo State, we promised that we are going to give Mr. President 2.5 million votes, which the election we are doing in Edo State today is pivotal to what is to also tell the old people that 2.5 million votes we promised the president is settled in Edo. And because of what our governor, Senator Mondi Okpebholo, is doing right now in the state. So I believe that now that you have the government that is closer to the people in Rivers State now, that is the local government councils, now that you have them as APC, and I'm very, very convinced that the governor too, after reflecting back to what happened and what brought him to where we are today in Rivers State, I'm sure if he takes a deep breath and reflect over everything, I'm very convinced that he should be looking at coming to the APC. Is
the APC, just a moment, Mr. Jarrett, is the APC forcing him to join their party? Because a lot of people have said some of the agreements held during the transition period, during the state of emergency, saying that it's like a force on him. Do you also subscribe to this?
APC don't force anybody to come. Most of the governors that have joined the APC were not forced. So I am very convinced that if you look at the old scenario in Rivers State, the people who really caused the problems possibly are his supporters, who are his leaders within the state that brought them to where they are today. I am sure if it takes a deep reflection of what transpired all through this period, I think the next place he should go to is APC, because nobody is forcing him. We are saying that he should take a deep breath and reflect over what happened, what transpired that brought us to where we are in Rivers State today, to now know that, yes, PDP is a party that is dying and APC is the party that is providing leadership for the country and different states in the country now. Nobody is forcing him.
All right, let me come to you, Mr. Pryd. Can you please mute your audio so that we can have a smooth conversation on the program this morning? Mr. Pryd, let me come to you. The governor has pledged to work assiduously with the State Assembly. Do you see this marriage at this time devoid of any form of rancor anytime soon? Mr. Pryd, are you there?
Yes. I would say, in my personal opinion, in my humble opinion, if the interest of Rivers State is paramount for both parties, then yes, they will work and they ought to work together. It is one government, it's just three separate branches, and they all have to work in symbiosis to put out the best results in terms of governance for the state. So I believe after everything that has transpired, everyone is committed to working together to ensuring that there's no rancor anymore, and the priority is just good governance. So I believe that is the position of both parties that will continue on.
The call by the State Assembly for the accountability of the sole administrator, the former sole administrator of the state, are you also towing this line? That it should be called to account?
Well, the fact of the matter is that the funds are public funds. So yes, they ought to be accounted for. And the House of Assembly has that right to ask that they be accounted for. But in respect of whether that is the way to go or not, there isn't much I can say, because first things first, this issue is still sub judice. So it's not really a question of saying things about a matter that is before the honorable courts. But the right to ask for accountability rests with the Rivers people, who are represented by their members in the National Assembly. So it is well within their rights to ask that there is accountability of how Rivers State funds were managed over the last 6 months.
Let me quickly get your reaction on the relationship between the governor and the Minister of the FCT, Nyesom Wike. Now, well, all dust has been settled at the moment. Going forward, do you see any form of breakup or peace in that state within the two of them? Hello, Mr. Pryd, are you there?
I can't tell the future. But judging by their characters, I would say that there is no cause for any rancor anymore. The priority here should be good governance. You have a governor who is well versed in governance and public administration. You have a minister who has also governed this state and who is also doing well in the Federal Capital Territory. So I believe both of them will work together and deliver the best for Rivers people, because that's what Rivers people want right now. I think the era of political drama in the state that may have entertained other armchair critics and onlookers has come to an end. I think this is the time for serious business of governance and policy making. So they will work together, although I can't see the future, like I said earlier, but I believe they will work together. From their own public speeches, they have already said that they've been in communication. So if they are communicating, then that means they are very willing to work together, and that is to the benefit of Rivers people.
Let me come to you, Mr. Jarrett Tenebe. What do you make of this issue of godfatherism in politics. A lot of people have queried that at what point can we live beyond this level?
Well, I'm one of the people who feels that once somebody loses out in any contest in various states or whatever, the next thing you hear godfatherism from the other part. And I don't think that that godfatherism thing can leave us, because in my life I have my godfather. Even as Catholic, when you go for baptism, they will say they got your godfather. So it happens everywhere, and it is not something that the so-called godfather in quote will come to dictate what a particular person does. I don't think so. But if somebody was there for you, when you needed political patronage, and the person comes out to help you, of course that person is your godfather. And it doesn't mean that the person dictates to you, but you must defer to such people when you are taking decisions, because they have the experience. They saw through very many things before they decided to support you to that position.
Just a moment.
And you should be able to also go back to these people to get advice from them when you are governing.
Mr. Jarrett.
So this idea of get godfathers out of politics and whatever, it is not something that is possible. It's not something that you can do today and say godfathers are out of politics. Because when you were looking for that office, you went to meet this same godfather and they helped you to get there.
Mr. Jarrett, if I may quickly jump in
to them in certain areas.
If I may quickly jump in now, whose interest should you protect? Is it the interest of the people or the interest of your godfather?
No, the interest of the people, because it is the interest of your people that the so-called godfather in quote represents. It is the people that he represents. The godfather in quote represents the people, and the interest you are protecting is the interest of the people, because your interest is the interest of the person who brought you to government, and the interest of that person is the people. So the interest of the people must be protected, and that is what democracy is all about. The people.
All right, Mr. Pryd, let me get your reaction on this issue of godfatherism. Is it the interest of the people, or when your godfather is demanding something that you cannot bear? Where do you fall to?
Well, you definitely will fall with the people. I've not seen in recent time where a godfather will be demanding something for himself. For instance, I will say Edo State. Many people will come and say, Godfather. I think this godfather still started from Edo State. Yeah. That is when it started. That's where it started from.
Okay.
And
it is just a moment. You continue with that line of thought. Let me get Mr. Pryd's reaction on this issue of godfatherism in politics.
Thank you. On the issue of godfatherism, in politics, my personal opinion is there is always a process. Public administration is a product of politicking. And in politics, there is a process by which one gets to office. Sometimes you can get there on your own. Sometimes you need the assistance of someone who is somewhat of a forerunner or a forebearer, which we now term godfather. The important thing is the people that you deem to serve. The process that can bring you, for example, the current governor of Rivers State, Sir Fubara, was brought into power by a process. Now, some may say that process has the hallmarks of godfatherism, but the people of Rivers State will say, thank God, because in the past 2 years, he has done very well. He has done very well. So if the result is the key here. If the result is what people want, then how the person gets there is part of the process of Nigerian politics. It's not something that can be wished away.
All right.
But how the person gets there is also not as relevant as what the person
it's a fine place. It's a fine place to leave it.
So,
Pryd, Glory-Emeh. Many thanks for joining us on the program this one. But quick one before I let you go, Mr. Jarrett Tenebe. The last time you were on this particular show, you said if your hand or your head will deny you to deliver the 2.5 million vote for the president, you will cut it off. We are expecting when are you going to perform this task? If any of this arm of your body is planning to hinder you to deliver the 2.5 million vote to the president.
Well, I still repeat it. If my right hand is going to be an impediment to us delivering the 2.5 million vote to the president, I will cut it off. Even if it's my head, I will cut it off. What it means is, as we march on to 2027 election of Mr. President, our loyalty to the president, our loyalty to our governor is of no break, no gear, no sense. As we have made that promise, we are going to ensure that we get the 2.5 million votes. Everything is on ground. We are doing everything possible to ensure.
We hope to see how this will come into reality based on the those who have registered in your state and the voter registration exercise that is still ongoing. It's a fine place to leave it. APC Chairman Edo State, Jarrett Tenebe, and also the Special Advisor, Protocol Emoha Local Government Pryd, Glory-Emeh. Many thanks for joining us on the program this morning, gentlemen.
Thank you.
It's my pleasure.
All right, we'll take a break now.